Alright, so this capture card finally came in. I was excited. Other things that happened. My back is getting worse by the day. I worked a 13-hour shift yesterday, and the day before that was absolutely horrendous as well. So I am in physical misery, but that won't stop me from enjoying myself right now. These, I think, are just called dolphins. In the American version, because of controversies back in the late 80s and 90s about aquatic animal treatment, I guess, Ice Climber had a similar censorship issue because the main enemies, well, the most common enemies were like seals, and you would hammer them, and they thought, ooh, seal clubbing's not a good idea for a game right now for kids, so they avoided that controversy. But in the Japanese version, Yoshi can eat dolphins. Why he cannot anymore? I guess because people would be upset, or because they're your friends and maybe it's an actual gameplay hindrance. I don't know. But I don't know if that was to avoid controversy or not, honestly. Ooh, oh yeah, I've got Yoshi. If you don't have Yoshi, this stage kind of sucks. But ooh, is it fun. You're right on the dolphins. They're your pals, but Yoshi can still eat them and the other ones still just do nice things for you. Don't you love when that happens in video games? Usually I feel bad for things like that, but it's so satisfying to watch Yoshi eat the dolphins in any other version of this game that I just can't help myself. That wasn't good either. That last do was perfect, so I'm moving on to the first fortress of the game. Not castle, fortress, and it's underwater. Have we seen an underwater fortress? Yes, we have. Mario 3. I keep forgetting about that game for some reason. I recently played through all the Super Mario games up to a certain point. So I'm still doing that. But all the ones of this, I can't go down there unless I'm small. It's not worth it. Fortresses don't have secret exits because they get destroyed. Same with castles. I do have to show you something in a minute. There was some other neat event I was going to talk about. I don't know. I've got Biscuit here with me. You remember from my old videos where I'd talk about Biscuit being in the room with me and she'd shake and make sounds? Back when I lived at my parents' house. I love babysitting my parents, my dog, but, lives with my parents. I've missed Biscuit. I miss Q-Tip. Q-Tip's my cat at my parents' house. But I got 7 cats here, and Biscuit's kind of being a bitch to him today. I don't know. Maybe she's scared of the cats now that they're bigger. For those who don't know, I do have 7 cats. And I have one more to get fixed, because we found a nice stray a couple months ago, and she is about 6 months old later this month. Oh my god, it's already almost been 6 months. Oh my god. We got her when she was like 2 months old, so or about 7 weeks. Because she had, somebody dropped her off here, which, normally people frown upon that. I really thought about dropping that dog off somewhere, but I'd worry about its safety. Only because, this area, the dog will get taken care of. There's so many outside dogs in this area. We know for a fact he'd get food, but we don't know if somebody would, shoot him or something like that. But, ooh, after he started being, evil to our cats to where they can't go near him at all anymore. And when he started biting me, I kind of considered it, but... And he gets our dog, he's a bad influence on our dog too. Our dog does whatever he does, including attacking the cats. Sorta. Jake, the long dog, our dog, only lightly attacks the cats. Well, did I say any of that right? I don't know. These are called bony beetles. As you can tell, you can jump on them when they're not in water. Wait, can you? Oh, yeah, you can. In water. Some games you can't. I think that might just be Mario 1 that I'm thinking of. This is Reznor, named after Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. Same localization person that did all the Koopalings. I can't remember his name, but Did it say Reznor in the Japanese? No, it did get changed. Yeah. Goodbye. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And that was a wonderful fortress. Everything about this game is so wonderful. I was going to talk about its development earlier, because that would be kind of fun. This is a new world. The Twin Bridges. We are finishing up Vanilla Dome first. Hoo-wah! Isn't that the army thing? I don't know. My dad did it in one of my Billy Blues Talk Show videos once. I can just go back and watch Billy Blues Talk Show episode 10. With a hyphen in between show and episode, of course. Things were so simple back then. I didn't have to have a job. I didn't have to pay bills. I miss making videos with plastic pens. I've been with my fiance for 5 years, and I can't believe it, because it feels like I'm playing through a certain 2012 game right now. And okay, I'll tell you, it's New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm playing through all the Super Mario games. I think there's something hidden in one of those blocks, but I really do not care. Nothing important. Wait, I think this is the one of 2 ghost houses in the game without a secret exit. And yes, those do exist. A ghost house without a secret exit. This might be the only one that's not like puzzle driven, which is nice. I'm glad there is an action ghost house, because it is still a nice level design to have and to use for multiple purposes, puzzly and actiony. Where's the P-switch? I saw that P-switch door outline. If they do that, that's kind of hinting towards you need to do that, but that's also, you know how coins turn into blocks? With the P-switch? Yeah, guess what? You gotta go in that door and you go all the way back to the beginning if you don't clear the coins first. That's a good puzzle. So there was a little bit of a puzzle in there, I guess. So this game is actually just a Super Mario Bros. 3 copied over to the SNES and superatized, and then they went from there, basically. There's several early screenshots. This game went through a lot of development in such a short time. This Mario 3 was 88, and this was 1990. Granted, I think it was later 1990. Actually, I think it was mid-1990. And Super Mario Bros. 3 was late 1988. So that's like a year and a few months that they had to develop this. So they really rushed it. They really did their best to get a game out at launch. And they still did a phenomenal job. Even if they look back on the product and think, oh, this is incomplete. Ooh, I'm also learning Japanese in college. And I realized, okay, I'll take 2 cape feathers, I guess. I realized what I actually want to be. So I always wanted to do something with Nintendo. I wanted to compose game music, but I don't know if I'm the best for that. If I know Japanese, you know, like so many Nintendo employees don't know Japanese. I mean, that'll kind of get me a job as like a translator or at least a tester, like before they translate it, right? That could easily get me a job. I just don't want to have to move anywhere if my fiance doesn't want to move there. Oh, shit. Okay. We might have to kill ourselves. Ooh! We do not. I forgot it starts there. Do you hear the button clacking? Do you hear the jump sound? One of these days I'm going to forget to mute my computer audio, because it's even laggier than it was before on the other capture card. And then it's just going to be like 2 times the audio, really loud, and it's going to be awful. And I'm not looking forward to that. Muting my computer, because then the TV wouldn't match up to this, and the TV's already going to match up enough, because I'm matched to the TV, and I've got the TV up a little bit so I can hear it, but you can't hear it much, but you'll still be able to hear it a little bit, meaning I'll still have to pay attention to it when I edit. It feels so weird not having headphones in. I have to have headphones when I emulate, but I can't exactly use headphones from this distance from the TV. Even though most people who talk about the SNES Classic will tell you differently. These cords are perfectly fine. You lazy bones need to sit in a chair close to the TV, but not too close, because that's not healthy for your eyes. And I would know, I got perfect eyesight. My dad always used to tell me when I get too close to things and read and write and watch TV or play a game in the dark, he'd say, "Do you want these?" and point to his glasses, and I'd say no. And he'd say, "Then stop." And then I would stop. And I have perfect eyesight, and I have him to thank for it. My grandma also told me, "Stop putting strain on your back. She's dead, my back's about to kill me." Thanks, Grandma. You gave me advice I didn't listen to, and I should have. My dead grandmother also used to be a staple of being mentioned in LP Master 6 lore, but my videos have turned into garbage. Oh, just kidding, they weren't that great in the first place. Oh, I'm making pained back sounds, or back pain sounds, not pained back sounds. Technically, that's the same thing. Never mind. Almost perfect. So close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think it gets you like on, because it counts diagonals too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, never mind. I have no idea how that works. I take it back. I'm sitting in a gross kitchen chair. The cats and our roommates have destroyed the dining room chairs. I actually did destroy one of them, which I guess it's technically fixable, but I always thought that they make fun of me because I thought, that my fiance's dad put this together for us, or that he built it for us. Turns out he just put it together, and I saw the same exact table at Walmart. I thought he built it, which makes more sense that he just put it together. Why would you build us a table when you could buy a table for probably the same price, probably if not cheaper? Probably would be cheaper to buy a table than to, buy the materials and use the time to build a table from scratch. So I was being an idiot. But anyway, my point is, thusly, these come back, the flying bullet. This is easily a Mario 1 reference. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't really consider it a reference at this point. Well, no, I take that back. Mario 3 had Mario 1 references with the music box. That was clearly what you'd call a reference, or a throwback, I guess. A deliberate reference is what I mean. I doubt this was deliberately like, this will make people think of Mario 1. I mean, it could have been. Hell if I know. I don't know nearly as much as I want to about the development of this game. Originally, the raccoon tail was going to be in it, which would have been nice if you had it with the cape feather. I really like the power-up variety in Mario 3. I don't care if we have similar power-ups like we do in some games, and I don't mind it one bit, because it just adds more variety. Like, more easily available is like something like an ice flower, for example. And then say the ice flower gets an upgrade in a certain 2009 Wii game, right? Where the ice flower also technically debuts in that sense. Okay, I'm talking about the ice flower and the penguin suit from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Okay, I thought I wouldn't talk about future games, but I got to. I can't help it. I can't help but compare earlier games to later games. And I shouldn't be praising earlier games for doing something better than the later games do in some instances. That's why I don't like comparing later games to newer games, because it's not fair. People are like, oh yeah, Earthbound Beginnings is just a lesser Earthbound. Well, no, it's different than that. Earthbound is just a better Earthbound Beginnings. It's a difference, because one came before the other. That's how it works. It makes me a little upset. It takes away from the original game when you compare it to later games. Maybe not so much in the Mario series. That's probably... in most series, I agree with my point just then, but not for the Mario series. Oh, shit. You can't go in a door if it's floating in the air. I don't think you need in there anyway. This is the castle, right? Whose castle is this? I don't remember. Castle 2 was Morton. I didn't explain that, but you can just read the text, can't you? I hope you can. If you can't read, you're a loser. Just kidding. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of one of the most useful skills known to man. So is swimming. I can't swim. I'd rather learn how to read than swim, though. That made it sound like I don't know how to read. You can interpret that how you will. But guess what? I already proved it. Because I read the text at the beginning. But how do you know that somebody just didn't tell me to say those exact words and read them for me? And I just had them memorized. All those text boxes? You'll never know if I know how to read or not. Anybody you watch or like enjoy the content of, they could be lying about knowing how to read, even though if it just seems like they know how to read, because of course they know how to read. If they're making if they're making first world content, maybe in a third world country, if you're doing something, you might not know how to read. Because literacy is apparently a gigantic problem. People get so upset about kids not knowing how to read. Oh my God, there's kids starving and dying and being beaten and abused. I'm really more concerned about puppy mills than literacy. I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's great to be concerned for any sort of cause, but I just have a little bit of trouble with that whenever, somebody seems to out-prioritize something like literacy over murder, or not murder. There's not a murder crisis, I would say, at least. Did you guys know that crime has actually been down since the 80s was like the peak of crime that's just been dropping down ever since? Every type of crime, except there was a big boost in rapes and murders in I think it was just rapes in 2016 or 17, but it's going back down. It wasn't a big boost. It's still much lower. But it's weird because, well, I guess it makes sense. Because have you found the red and green switches yet? It's starting to get much more difficult. I'm going to kick this game's ass. I guess it's because kids were more free back then, that they were more easily snatchable and things like that. I don't know. I'll see you next time for Cheesebridge area. No, I take that back. I'll see you next time for the one on top. Goodbye.